Good morning to all. This is Shabeena Begum, Assistant Professor, PG and Research Center in Biotechnology from Arignar College, Arts and Science, Krishnagiri. Today we are going to see about malnutrition and its types of diseases. So first, definition of malnutrition. So it refers to deficiency, excess or imbalance in a person intake of nutrients. That is, if a person or a patient wants to take food means in that food all the nutrients should be there. Okay, so for example, carbohydrate, protein, lipid, vitamins, minerals. Without any nutrient, that is without any nutrient, it will be refer as to malnutrition. So lack of nutrition, mal means lack of nutrition. If excess nutrition will take the person means also it will be a malnutrition. So depending upon this, it has been grouped as a conditions under nutrition, that is wasting, which means the person contains low weight for their height. Then second one, stunting. It refers low age, depending upon the weight for the particular age, and above nutrition. So these contains three groups of conditions. Next, types of diseases. Mainly, it consists protein energy malnutrition, iron deficiency diseases. It called as anemia, Kwashiorkor, and marasmus. These are the three types of diseases in malnutrition. It plays a major role in malnutrition. Okay, here malnutrition, it affects three peoples in the over the world, and it will comes in different shapes and sizes. For example, stunting, a person too short for his age. So because of the height variation, so the person will contains 15 age, but the patient should not acquire their particular height for the particular age. Next one, wasting, a person too thin for his height. The person contains height and age, but the person should be very thin. Third one, obesity, a person who is overweight. So this type of person are called obesity, that is the person has a overweight. So depending upon the age and the height, the person contains overweight, so that it refers to as obesity. The next, protein energy malnutrition. Shortly we say it PEM. So this is a deficiency caused in infants. So child's infant means child's babies, due to food gap between the intake and requirement. Normally, your baby should require their food between 2 hours gaps. That is the gap of the food for the particular child. If the child take after 2 hours or below 2 hours, it will be deficiency diseases. It contains deficiency diseases. This type of malnutrition is also to be protein energy malnutrition, because the patient didn't acquire the particular protein for their energy. Mostly this type of malnutrition will affect under 5 years babies. Okay. So in this, Kwashiorkor and marasmus are also a type of diseases. So Kwashiorkor, it has a severe protein deficiency. Lack of more protein are said to be Kwashiorkor diseases, and it causes the person's abdomen, the fluid retention, and they are swollen. So bulging faces or bulging stomach. It commonly affects children, particularly in developing countries, because of poverty. Because of poverty means the person should not take the proper food, proper nutrition. That type of persons are will affect mostly in Kwashiorkor diseases. Likewise, the people have eat too food but they didn't get the proteins in that food. That type of persons are also affects in Kawashiorkor. Marasmus. Marasmus is a undernutrition disease. That means the person should take proper food, but there is a lack of nutrition. That is undernutrition. So macronutrients they contain. They include carbohydrates, proteins, fats also. So it will causes visible wasting of fat, muscle under the skin. So muscles they didn't get the glowing skin. The bodies are emaciated appearance. That is, the patient should look like this one in this picture given. No, so the thin and brittle hair and the faces are similarians and loss their muscles. So it causes strength and growth in children. So Kawashiorkor patient, the person contains bulging abdomen. In that marasmus person, they contains loss of muscle mass. Next, anemia. So anemia is a lack of iron, protein, vitamins, minerals, hemoglobin. Lack of these type of nutritional persons are said to be anemic patients. Mostly we say that loss of hemoglobin, red cells. We know no, red blood cells, RBC. So normal patient contains more RBC, that is red blood cells. In anemic patient, it will lack. So lack of red blood cells are said to be anemic because of exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between the blood and the tissue cells. So normally we are intaking oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. That is our respiration process. In that respiration process, the oxygen will be respire. It will enters into our blood and it will circulate all the tissues in our bodies. So between this exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, we lacks red blood cells. So that type of persons are said to be anemic patients. Okay. So it generally occurs in young children, women, and adults, and mostly in pregnancy women. So they will affect anemia. The next one, symptoms of malnutrition. So what are the symptoms means it will lose our body weight, the bones will be getting weak, and the muscle mass and fats will be losses, and the persons get thin arms and legs with edema, that is swelling with liquid. Fluid means liquid. Like they have belly fat, belly of stomach, bulging stomach, and bulging of face. So the patient contains weakness, faintness, and fatigue. So loss of appetite. Okay. So likewise, dry and inelastic skins. They contain rashes, brittle hair loss, hair pigment loss. Severe infections will occur in the person. The body temperature will be low. If the it can't unable to warm, likewise their heart rate will low and BP blood pressure is also low. The patient has obese patient, that is obesity, and some patients have high blood pressures and they will contains heart disease also. So next one, treatment of malnutrition. So what are the treatments is we have to change our dietary, that is we have to change our taking of food. So we have to take proper nutritions. They contain high energy. The food gives our nutrients. It helps our body to manage and to manage the biological factors and because of the nutritional intake. Likewise, medications also we need for malnutrition with the help of vitamin tablets and iron tablets. So nuts we can take for the anemic patients, and we have to add more vitamins and minerals in our food also. Thank you.